Hey Jamie,
Hey.
can you do me a favor?
Yes.
If my forehead gets too shiny, can you please just let me know? I'm
Go
very
like this.
yeah.
Next time I'll bring some powder for you.
Oh my God, you're right. That's right.
I get one of those, like, the big pads, and they go.
Yeah, like a one time.
Exactly.
All right. My name is Dan Reeses, and this is my first time. And now I probably will shift to a property that I own that I'm
Well,
currently developing.
can we
but-
just give a quick? I know it's on the board, but let's just say today is March 11th,
Today is March
2025.
11th. Today is video 1431. And I just realized that you're going to have to change this for the next video. So if you want, you could actually pre-print all the content that
Thanks.
we're going to be doing in case you wanted some direction of doing your job. So for example, you could easily print up 6 pieces of paper like this, and it would actually be the best way for us. So for example, if we have to do 4 legal filings and 2 videos like this, you can easily just pre-print them
100%.
and then even write
I-
what the video's about
I
right
will.
on there, so you know without having to watch the content.
This is not only a public trial, but a public work in progress. So
Well, a couple of
I
things-
will definitely take your feedback and do it. Thank you.
See, I interrupted. I gotta learn to not do that. So a couple of things I want everyone to know, that what we're gonna be doing is filming a formal legal process. And one of the things that I learned on Judge Judy was that the courtroom is deceptively very small on camera. So I knew that in order to make the process legal, I must replicate the courtroom. And it really starts with me being able to take a regular size legal testimony chair that you would find in like Kojak, where like a prostitute would be handcuffed in a police station, like a standard old school
Totally.
legal chair, and actually shrink it. So if you can just show everyone the chair right over here, and as you can see, and I'm just joking. This is an example. But for anyone who goes against me and wants to publicly dispute anything that I'm saying, there's this chair that they must sit in, and the process becomes a legal process. And it's really important. Does this look like something that you would find in a courtroom
It
from the
does.
50s?
It does.
I like it. We're gonna need to expand on it. I need to find a miniature desk. I need to
Totally.
find like a little court stenographer. I can either use a little person
A little
or
court stenographer.
I would need to use either Pierce or who would be so upset if I used a little person in his place. But I would even use a little person as an actor, like Mickey from Seinfeld, and I would name him Pierce. So like I have Pierce with me,
Totally.
which is a little person right over here, because the whole idea and the concept is the studio has slightly shrunk, but the ideas have grown. And in order to
It's
really
true.
display that, I must shrink the actual room. And this is nothing more than a prop. And this prop simply makes me look like a giant human being. When in reality, I am 5'8.5". That half is very
That half
important.
is. You
Now,
really.
Jamie, one of the things I really wanted to talk about is love and compassion, and I want to clear the air about a couple of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Number one, my wife, Mallory, does not approve of this content. She actually is a completely separate human being from me. She has her own opinions, she has her own
Correct.
dissenting opinion regarding the content that I produce, and she does not support publicly doing this. The reason for this is her private reason, not because I'm looking to put her down in any way by saying, oh my God, this is the most important YouTube channel in human history, how could you not be supporting this? Plus, this is real time and regarding a real federal matter. And as I'm standing here making history on YouTube, I simply need to respect the wishes of my current partner and really accept that not everyone will support what I'm doing. And one of the reasons for that, Jamie, is that my wife has content that she creates for her company and things like that, and I very much support that. But the reason for that is because people are not comfortable living in a open state. And what I mean by that is it's an open state of mind. And what I really want to say is that, hey, Mal, I love you, I love the boys, I do not try to offend anyone by the content that I create, and for anyone who judges my wife for the content that I create really is showing their side and how ignorant they are, because to judge a human being based on their relationship with another human being really is the definition of the soulless human who looks at a relationship that they are not a part of and judges a human on that. So for anyone who is judging my wife or children simply because they're related to me, only proves my point, which is why I will not continue this mudslinging. And I will simply end it by saying, if you choose to continue to bully my children, then the ramifications will be simply worse than a YouTube video, which means that to me, the beef has been squashed. There's a few people that have really come forward and shown me some love and compassion, and one of them is the father of the person that I have a conflict with, who I've known for 31 years, and he didn't mention anything regarding the conflict. He just said hello to me in a very affectionate way, and it really affected me, and it reminded me all the good that he has done, and he deserves to enjoy his grandchildren and his children in an environment without hostility. So for him, and believe it or not, he's married to someone named Jane, but this second person is Jane as well. It's just two Janes. And I believe that this video, you can call it Jane's Addiction, Jane says. And the woman that has done the most for the town that I live in, which is Livingston, New Jersey, is Jane Horowitz. And it is a very unfortunate story that I'm not going to retell because I've said it many times. But the defibrillators inside of the police cars are a direct result of the effort that her and a few other people put forward. She, as well as this man Marshall, were kind to me when I was a child, and that kindness was never forgotten. So I would like to repay that kindness and say that on behalf of all the good people in Livingston, I will put my weapon down temporarily because I don't believe that human beings who want a second chance should not be given a second chance. And amongst the people that I have a conflict with, some of the parents have actually acted in a very positive way. And there is no need to have any conversations. Everybody knows where I live. But their actions is what really is the reason why I will not film content regarding my personal life other than if it is a part of a legal matter. And that's really, Jamie, where the issue stemmed from, is that I have legal claims that are very serious, and a human being was mentioned on those legal claims.
Right.
And the biggest issue is that when you're dealing with an actual legal matter, that is a federal matter and it's extremely serious, it is virtually impossible not to make a mistake. And the ramifications of my mistake, and it wasn't even a mistake, I actually will address it in a completely separate video as part of the legal process unfolds, since you understand there's massive amounts of claims of people that owe me money versus
Oh my
a
God,
little
yeah.
bit that I owe.
That's a different video.
But in this video, I just wanted to say that the beef has been squashed, and
Excellent.
I consider this matter resolved.
Excellent.
And
Yes.
I really want to reiterate that my wife is a very different person than I am, and even though I love her and have had children with her and will continue, because I think that she's a great mother and she's a very, very, very hardworking human being. I don't even know if anyone understands how hardworking she is, because she's a really beautiful person. And beautiful people are very rarely associated with hard work. Do you not agree with that?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you jump on this video for a second?
Okay.
Because continuity is really important. Could you do me a favor? Could you flip that right over there
I
so
can.
that you were able to see? Continuity is really, really important. And it's so important to reiterate that in the context of this video, I needed to get the cobwebs off and
Yes.
really make sure that I'm comfortable to film, and I am very comfortable. And the rest of these things we will do in the upcoming video. That is going to be a legal filing motion. And
Correct.
has anyone ever attempted to do this before?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so what we're doing is, would you agree with the statement that we are making history right now?
100%, 100%.
Would you be comfortable testifying that no one has assisted us in this other than me and you?
100%.
That is a remarkable feat. Did you go to law school?
I did not.
I did not. I didn't even graduate
We are not
college.
lawyers.
We are not lawyers. And that's the most important part of this whole
It
thing
is
is
very
that
important. We are
everyone
not
that's not a lawyer should pay very close attention to this. And this video is really designed to be inspirational, and I think we should film a little bit higher. I'm still a little fat right here, if you don't mind. Like I'm still.
Let's see if I can.
You just go up a little bit,
Let's see. Go ahead.
just
Talk.
a little bit up. All right, whatever. I guess I just have to lose weight. And I don't think the camera adds 10 pounds. I think eating Cheetos at night adds 10 pounds.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, I think that night
I
snacks,
like night snacks.
and Ambien because I can't sleep, and I sometimes can sleep and sometimes I cannot sleep. And I believe that if we lived in a world without sleep aids, I would not lose as much sleep.
I've always been a horrible sleeper, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I want to just talk about a television show,
Let's do it.
Futurama, season 3, episode 1.
I've
That would be
never
31, right?
Yes. And what's it
So
about?
it is about a robot named Bender who goes and he inherits his uncle's castle, Vladimir, in a Transylvania-esque setting.
Okay.
And while they're there, he has to spend a night
In the castle.
In the castle.
Okay.
Ghosts come out, and as he's running away from the ghosts, he gets hit by a werecar. So instead of a werewolf, the robot transforms into a car that howls in the middle of the night.
Okay.
So throughout the episode, the team has to find the original werecar, because as legend goes, if you kill the first werewolf, all the other werewolves that were created after them die. Do you know about this?
No, I don't, but okay.
So as they're looking for the original car, they actually find the government organization that was responsible for something called Project Satan. And Project Satan takes the most evil components of the most evil cars. So for example, they take the car that Hitler drove as one of the cars,
Okay.
but they use a Mercedes-Benz and not Ford, because we live in the United States of America and Ford is an American brand.
Got it.
So in reality, I actually saw one of the original Fords that
Yes,
was
you
in
did.
Lynn Wood's garage, which I've been trying to reiterate that, I don't know how to say this in a really nice way, but all 400 ghosts are very well skilled at all aspects of the law, science, and mathematics, because prior to really engaging in a true operation, you need to really understand what you're signing up for. And that's very, very important for everyone who watches television and thinks that this job is really easy. And please understand that I'm only here to get my shit back. I have about $131 million in actual assets that I can easily make 1,000 more videos.
You mean you're
to
only
describe.
here?
But I'm only here right now
Not
on YouTube.
here.
Well, until this happens, I can't even do my job
Right.
as a father, because
Yeah.
these human beings that have saddled me with false claims have eliminated my ability to produce a legitimate income.
Correct.
So until the lies are dispelled, I cannot actually produce, even
Do
though
your job.
I've already started.
Do your job.
Hey, I got the whooping crop, and this is beyond inappropriate. See? And this is why I want to say that my wife, even though she is very, very nice, she does not approve this content because she believes that this content makes her look bad, in a disparaging light, in all negativity. I disagree with that. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I believe that my words speak for themselves. I don't know how to say this in a different way.
I disagree too.
Yeah, I disagree, and I think that it's really important for everyone to show their true colors and show the humanity of this town to my wife and children, and understand that my job is really, really hard. If you understand
Right.
how hard it is, just throw one of these up in case I'm confused at what you're mad at. You know, like, can you imagine living in a town where you have done more for this town than any other human being on any scale that you want to imagine, and people are afraid of you. They are just afraid, and I'm not a person that is looking to hurt random people. The people that I actually
It's
go
true.
and have to, lower a peg or two are people who have really cross the line and are hurting children, they're hurting innocent
Right.
human beings.
Right.
And believe it
true.
or not, like, have I ever picked on anyone that didn't deserve it on this channel?
No.
I have not. I have not picked a random person. I allow for people to make mistakes. I understand that humans are stressed out. I understand.
It's your channel. People don't have to watch.
Jamie, I don't think people understand that concept.
You know?
I don't
Like,
think people
this
understand.
is your experience. This is your life. This is your
It's
voice.
my subconscious, but in general, I appreciate you reminding everyone that we have filmed 1,431 videos in order to document the process of what happened after the magic trick. And that's really important, and we're not gonna dive into, we're not sliding into
Okay.
anyone's
We're
DMs.
not. Hold on.
We're not sliding, we're not, the progressive ads are just too good.
They are.
Rick from the
Turning into
progressive
your
ads, we're not sliding into anyone's DMs.
It is. It's there.
And I could just continue talking about how much I love my boys and how amazing they are.
I'm glad that everything is closed up, pinned up, quashed.
Well,
moved
remember,
on.
everyone's conflict
it's time
exists
to
only in
restart.
their mind. The concept and the construct of humanity really exists in each individual human's perception, which is the consciousness, which really differentiates us from a dog. And dogs are really loyal and very smart and all that stuff. They just don't have a consciousness. And like, a dog can't do taxes. They can't do complex empathy. They can do very high-level emotional intelligent tasks such as healing a human soul, which human beings really have a very hard time doing because most of us are really soulless. Yeah, that's why therapy dogs are very
Yeah.
impactful at hospitals.
For sure.
Human beings who live a long and healthy life find themselves often surrounded by animals. And there's a lot of truth in the emotional intelligence that animals have.
Yeah.
But really, they don't have a consciousness, an actual consciousness that understands this concept right here. This right here represents infinite timelines. And this thick timeline right here is the timeline that we're in right now. Because my son asked me about Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay,
And
what do you
Neil
say?
deGrasse Tyson is,
Your
well,
favorite.
he asked,
3 minutes.
well, he asked me if Neil deGrasse Tyson is smart, and it was kind of a challenge. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson, in my humble opinion, is a straight bitch when it comes to the level of intelligence that's required to really disseminate knowledge to the masses. Neil deGrasse Tyson has really monetized on his personal intelligence and his ability to digest very, very routine metaphysical concepts to the masses in order to make them feel more intelligent. So what Neil deGrasse Tyson has done is basically he has combined motivational speaking with metaphysics, the cosmos, the universe, and very high-level intellectual thinking. So human beings who are empowered based on his motivational words are using sapiosexuality as a reverse form of communication with themselves.
Okay.
And that, Drake, is how you take Neil deGrasse Tyson down, who is at all times welcome to come onto this channel, and he can literally talk about any subject he wants and debate it with me, and I will take no matter what position he takes, the adverse position, and I will be able to destroy him in an intellectual, legal debate, which he would never be able to do. You know why, Jamie? Because he has to rely on his bullshit to earn an income.
Yeah.
And so do his children, who have royalty rights to all of his books and all of his media content. And the second that he comes onto this channel, and the world sees that a regular nobody like myself, an absolute nobody, can put him down a peg or two, the world will come crashing down. People will realize that they believe in false idols, false prophets, because
That's
profit
true.
is the motivating factor behind Neil deGrasse Tyson. And my name is Dan Reeses, and I do everything I do for absolutely free because I earn a living like a grown-ass man. Fuck you.